Gail, 1 minute.
Many of you know we're running as a team, and as a team we came up with the idea because if we're all elected, we would be at-large people. Well, not large, but at large. It's late. And one of the ideas we had was that we would have a meeting every quarter in wards with the ward people plus one or two or all three of us to be able to talk to neighborhoods to see what's going on. Because if we're representing 90,000 people, it's hard for 90,000 people to call us. But we want to stay in touch with the ward representatives and meet in their communities. So we've already thought about that idea and plan to do that if elected.
Thank you. Councilman Farina.
Thank you, Councilman. You know, as a citywide councilman, I've only been a citywide councilman the 6 years I've been on the council. Typically, as a citywide councilman, you represent the whole city. So it's tough to have meetings in every ward and every district when you're a council person citywide. As people mentioned, you have 90,000 people to support. Typically, what I've done is I've allowed the ward councilmen to have meetings when the issues come up in their ward. There have been issues in Ward 5, Ward 2, Ward 6, and then what I do as a citywide council, I was lucky to have 2 citywide councilmen on the ticket with us this year, myself and Councilman Hopkins. We would actually go support the ward councilman. So if something happened in Ward 5, Chris would have a meeting, we would go. We went to go support Ward 2 when there was an issue in Ward 2 with Paul McCullough. We actually went down to support Ward 1 when Councilman Stakos had an issue on Roger Williams. So we do try to get out into the community when we can. But I would recommend people actually come to the council meetings. That's where most of the business gets done. And I'll tell you, I see the ladies from the Garden City Alliance at every meeting, and there's a reason they come, and they see what happens, and they hold us accountable. People should come to our meetings.
Thank you. Anyone else? Councilman Hopkins.
Yes, I live in Garden City, so I'm very familiar with this particular committee. The one thing I've used social media for is to talk almost on a weekly basis to the members of this committee. There is a website that you can go to, the Garden City Neighborhood Association, that shows concerns about the neighborhood. I've joined that. I've actively met with these people. They have my number. They know that if there's a question or a concern, and this goes citywide, any person that has called me in the last 2 years, I have responded within 24 hours. Sometimes they didn't like the answer that I got. Sometimes because of the bureaucracy, it takes a while to get the answer. But I have made that as a promise, and I'll continue to do that, that within 24 hours, I will get back to any constituent in this city.
Thank you. Gail?
Could I just add one thing? Much like telling people to go to the State House to listen to bills that are being heard within committees, it's very difficult for working mothers with children to attend meetings at night. And that's why we came up with this idea that we would go to the wards and have the meetings in the wards. It's absolutely right. The council meetings are great, and it would be nice if everybody could come, but sometimes you can't. You have to take into account people working with children. So in other words, if you can't come to city council, the city council should be able to come to you.
All right, just in the future, no rebuttals.
I just want
You're
to add that about working people.
one of them could have stepped in for you. Councilman Stakos.
Yeah, I'd be glad to come to Garden City, but the traffic's so bad.
Steve, you can stay at my house. I have a good extra room.
All right,